Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel, my fellow MCOC players, savants, and enthusiasts. As you may know, AI has been a massive pain point in the game. This game always has had many issues, and it is always debatable which one is the biggest, the one that destroys the most fun, the one that forces players to quit. Often it has been random bugs and things not working. Often it has been very lackluster decisions or responses from Kabam. Often it has been price gouging and, Kabam's thirst for money. But I do sincerely believe that right now, the biggest killer, the biggest problem of this game is the AI. Especially the AI that we do see in the challenge modes, in the most competitive aspects of the game, in battlegrounds, let's say, because AI has not only gotten supercharged, and it is undeniable that AI has been behaving significantly different. It's also a lot of issues surrounding that AI has absolutely new capabilities and seeming intellect to do much of what we cannot do, much that cannot be explained, and much that looks like skipped frame rates, momentary lag, and everything else. And there have been quite a few threads made on the forums, and therefore we're gonna go over them, and I'm gonna add my own issues. And the fact that intercepting has never been harder in the game, that is absolutely true. It has never been harder or less safe, because AI has learned like 50,000 new tricks how to ruin your intercepts, which makes a lot of characters borderline unplayable. AI waiting for your dash to do the light intercept, this is the most criminal thing ever. The light intercepts of AI are just getting completely out of hand. Skipping frame rate during their heavy attack or special, that is absolutely a thing. Also skipping frame rates when they are getting up after knockdown. You could previously quite reliably attack opponent after a knockdown, knowing that you will either connect or hit their block, for instance. And that's not the case anymore. You will either get parried or smacked in the face now. That, again, alters plenty of champions' playstyle. Holding special until power sting debuff on them is gone, or holding special and when they have power again and then dropping it immediately. One new issue seemingly now, it's less with AI, but it has to do something with the game controls and mechanics, is that your characters often seem stuck when opponent is unblockable, or they have some sort of similar ability, like if you have crush debuff. It completely changed the dexterity timing, and you are dexing away from that attack and it's too late. The hit already connects. That has been a major issue recently as well. Most recently, I genuinely finished a 5-hit combo with my champion and tried to throw a special attack, and somehow opponent threw his special attack first in my face. It was like the most ridiculous thing ever. I was going in for the kill, I finished 5-hit combo, I wanted to chain in my special, and opponent I believe was Onslaught, and he just smacked me in the face instead. And I immediately died from the degens and everything else. That's cool. I'm sure there are many other issues that people are listing here. Dash him, he knows your input. The next, skipped frame rates is definitely AI parrying the heavies more and more often as well. Again, skipped frame rates. He also Kabam claims the AI's actions are RNG based. That's kind of bullshit. Still a problem hitting into defender's block. Recovery times for AI are just ridiculous anymore. Yeah, you still occasionally get parried when you're striking opponent's block. Absolutely, that happens. And AI recovery time after specials has become virtually non-existent. There are tons of champions that you cannot punish after special attacks anymore that you used to punish safely. Like, punishing Nick Fury's level 1s now is super risky. Punishing Shocker's level 1 is impossible. You're probably going to get parried, and so on and so forth. Defender hold block for 20-30 seconds until special 3. Yep, that's fine. And then we have Kabam Dork obviously replying, I see your post, let me get this in front of the game team. They're also investigating similar reports. The problem is, this has been like a hugely long time with these issues. And it doesn't seem to be getting better. It seems to be getting worse and worse. It seems to be going to a point where anything and everything that we used to do in this game and that was considered to be safe and allowed and part of the game mechanics is not reliable anymore. It'll work sometime and you're going to get smacked in the face sometime. And that is creating for incredibly inconsistent game experience, which is frustrating. Getting parried time after time in a fight is the type of thing that is going to make you quit. Getting smacked in the face after you knocking down the opponent because of a skip frame rate is going to make you, just rage quit the game. Those are the things that Kabam has to address immediately. Because again, I personally don't think there is a bigger issue in the game right now. We can always obviously find faults with, other bugs. We can find faults with game economy. We can find faults with champion design, which I think 2024 champions have, comparatively been quite dog shit. Or at the very least, underwhelming. Like, I genuinely don't really care about the new champions to a degree that I used to. Because, none of them seem overly exciting, and I just got into a mindset, I'm going to get them when I'm going to get them, because I can live without any single one of them. Because there are so many champions that do whatever these new ones do just about as well, or if not better. Anyways, back to the point. Kindness is real. Since I was about to make another post, there we go. Strikers are made being obsolete because AI whiffing or immediately dexing their attacks. Yep. Strikers getting blocked and dexed out of, also absolutely a thing. I had a fight with APOC just now where I connected my first hit of heavy attack and opponent just randomly blocked the rest of the special attack. What else we have? Technical drop in, delayed action, swiping indexing back after the defender's combo or special. I can just kind of stand there. And AI behavior in general has changed as well. AI just randomly has started often walking up to you or still refusing to throw special attack at times for 20 seconds, especially when it's beneficial to them. For instance, against Maestro, he will just not throw a level 2 until he gets all of his buffs in order to make sure that I get rooted, for instance. And obviously there are more and more reports coming in, and people are not happy. People are absolutely not happy. And they have all the right to be. Because more and more champions are becoming unplayable just because AI now is too clever. Things that we used to do relatively safely are not possible anymore. And I urge Kabam to put as much manpower addressing this as possible. I urge Kabam to tune down AI a bit as well. At the very least, while they sort out all of these issues with AI and inputs and everything else. Because that is absolutely ruining the enjoyment of the game. I can deal with losing or messing up or getting KO'd. It is much harder to deal with all of that, number one, whilst I'm not sure whether it was my mistake or AI put some wizardry bullshit. And it's much, much, much harder dealing with an L when you know for a fact it was, some game error. When AI is doing things it never should. When they are skipping frames. When they are, ignoring any and all recovery times. Sidestep intercept, okay, of course. Yeah, never using specials when taunted or those things. Titania is effectively irrelevant now, or significantly harder to use now, because Infuriate debuff just doesn't seem to do anything. Massacre and Valkyrie are suffering because of the AI. They're much, much, much harder to use. And it's just so much of it. Honestly, like, if I sat down, wrote everything down on a piece of paper, I'm sure I'd still miss on 15 things that AI is doing right now that it shouldn't. And the most ridiculous thing is that Kabam has hardly acknowledged this. They have made posts about AI and some minor changes to some specific things, but they have never openly admitted that they have supercharged AI, which they have, because AI has gotten significantly better than it used to be a year or two ago. They have never, given us like a light at the end of the tunnel. all the updates surrounding AI have been incredibly specific around like baiting out special attacks is going to be easier in this update. That's like one of 50,000 issues with AI. Or, AI all of a sudden started reparrying on blocked hits. Okay, they kind of sorted that, but it still happens. And there was just one issue with the broader problem of the game's AI. There's another new one as well, because sometimes opponents just start the fight with like a light attack now, and you get smacked before you manage to block or dex out of it. That apparently is a new thing as well. I don't know. I like this game. I like a lot of things that Kabam is and has been doing, obviously. But I do sincerely believe that AI is currently the biggest problem in the game, above everything else. And I can promise you, Kabam's not treating it that way. I can promise you, if Kabam wanted to get this fixed, they could have hired more people on it. They could have sorted much of the problems that we are having right now. I urge Kabam to listen to the community. Because the people that replied in this thread, vast minority of the people who have issues with that. In fact, just about every and any player is extremely frustrated, pissed off at Kabam, and during the fights when AI does some bullshit. And that resentment and that frustration is palpable. It's growing. There's virtually nobody that will come to my stream and say that, AI is great, fights are great, and nothing weird is happening in the game. Everybody knows this. Everybody acknowledges this. And everyone's game experience is getting ruined by it. And I sincerely hope Kabam acts on it. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm going to catch you guys soon. Bye.
Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the